So now, Console Wars! Yes, my favorite segment. My grown ass loves Console Wars. You know why? Because it gives me something to talk about. It gives me a reason to hate on someone for no reason. It's beautiful. This is life. This is life. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Console Wars right now. Now, let's start by talking about what some people have reached as far as the lows of the Console Wars. I think I ought to stop with the lows. You got to start with that because there were so many lows that people have stooped to when it comes to Console Wars that I almost want to say, dudes, stop. 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 Right now. Okay? It's so many. But I'm just going to go ahead and pull up a few. Okay? And this one I actually want to pull up here on one of my favorite gaming forums. Okay? So let's talk about the lows. So, during a period of time when both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are excelling extremely well and previewing extremely good-looking games, dedicated console fanboys are still finding the need to poke holes in each other's upcoming offerings. Yesterday offered a rare look at this internal struggle with two manufactured controversies unfolding in the same day. 2 points of criticism aimed at Sony and Microsoft respectively, which are frankly some of the dumbest takes I've ever seen in years, and I've been watching fanboy flame wars for a long time. I love these fanboy wars, man. They lovely. This is what I'm here for, man. This is what I get. I come here every day for this. Every day for this. Okay, flame wars, console. Oh, God of War animation recycling. So on the PlayStation side, some Xbox fans were highlighting the fact that God of War Ragnarok doesn't look all that much different than the last God of War, and showed off clips that had Kratos using the same animation to get into a boat that he did in the last game. So, we're gonna watch this clip, and I'm gonna prepare you guys because this is dumb. I'm gonna be honest, this is dumb. So, the animations of him jumping into the boat are the same. Now, first of all, I want to say this is not nothing new. How many games have reused a jumping animation? It's a jumping animation. It's not even a jumping animation. It's an animation getting into the damn boat. What, do they got to remake every damn thing? So every time Call of Duty comes out, they got to redo another animation for climbing a ladder. Every time Gears of War comes out, when you're jumping over a box, they got to redo the animation every year. Like, who the hell does that? People who think like that are just so oblivious to the fucking real world. They have no understanding of anything. Seriously. Let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Who's dead? One of these lads.
Okay, we'll go ahead and bleep it out because it seems like the sound. So let's look at this here. Hold up. Let's rewind that back. Jumps in the boat, right? Jumps in the boat. That's it. Yo, that's it, y'all. It's the same. Oh, my God. So, some dumbass felt the need to say that if the animations are the same, it's going to be the same game. Slap the shit out of you. That was the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard in my life. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even think it can get dumber than that. I don't think it can get dumber than that. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, who goes around and remakes every single animation for a game? Like, come on. You don't have to. Okay, I have to change the animation of him jumping into a boat because people are going to think I have the same game. No, because they know if some dumbass or asshole thinks that it's the same game because the way he jumped into a boat. And you know what? Let me take that back because I'll feel so damn stupid if somebody came out later and said, hey, the gameplay's the same as the last. I'll be like, yo, oh my gosh, they showed it to me. But no, you can't get mad. Animations get reused all the time, guys. Do not think this is something crazy. So there was another post here that says, so there's this game called God of War Ragnarok. You've heard of it, right? It's a sequel to God of War for the PlayStation 4. Well, so anyways, in this game, the main character, Kratos, gets into a boat and they use the exact same animation they used in the previous game. The exact same. Oh, and look at her face of such disgust. Of such disgust. Now, we ain't had to pull up all that, but, you know, I just wanted to go ahead and bring it up. That is a face of disgust. Oh shit, one could have mistaken it for a DLC that got turned into a standalone title to get $70 instead of $20. Oh my goodness, her face says it all, man. Just look at that face right there. That says it all. So anyways, God of War Ragnarok, of course, is a direct sequel to God of War, built on the same engine and using a lot of the same work that was done on the first game. The idea somehow in sequel, Kratos needs to get into a boat in a different way is a criticism I just can't wrap my head around. I'm glad he's saying this. Why exactly would you need to start from scratch for basic animations like that? Throwing out existing work purely for its own sake. That kind of criticism makes zero sense. Are they going to be mad that throwing and recalling the Leviathan axe works the same way too? Asset reuse is a constant fan criticism of games, but it's a core part of the industry and a standard practice, so you don't have to start from scratch on literally everything you ever make. Sure, there are instances where the copy and pasting can get a bit too obvious, but here, with boat entry animation, you are really reaching when that's the worst thing you can say about a preview. I agree. Redfall's graphics are bad. But on the flip side, I probably consider this even worse. There has been a leak of images of Redfall, the upcoming arcane vampire shooter, and the criticism from Sony is that the game looks terrible in a pre-alpha dev build test state. Now I want to go ahead and see this. Hopefully we won't pull up nothing that's too crazy. Okay, can I get a screenshot? Oh my goodness, are you serious? You recently, oh, get out of here. We're not paying you. Get out of here anyways. Okay. So, exclusive Redfall. So, here it is. Okay. They're showing exclusive Redfall. Now, guys, I want to ask y'all this. Who looks at that and says, the game's going to be terrible? Like, I can understand. You look at it and say, hey, you know. But who looks at that and says the game's going to be terrible from like a couple screenshots? And the screenshots don't even look like they're terrible. I'm going to be honest. They don't look that bad. PlayStation fanboys reaching for something on Xbox to bitch about. Oh, that is a nice one right there. That is a nice one. It's funny PlayStation players talking shit about Xbox players and how they should get a PS, but not the other way around, because Xbox players are happy with the Xbox. The only thing PlayStation has is the Spider-Man games and the Wolverine game that they ain't bold enough to allow play on PC. All right, so we're done with that. I can't even go on, but let's continue. The screenshots shown here are clearly very old and very unfinished. Many of them have clear dev assets in them. Start mission buttons, spawn enemy buttons. There are shots in third person when we've been told this game is supposed to be in first person. Yeah, duh. This is old and early and does not deserve to have any conclusion drawn about the final look or state of the game. In fact, many developers were quick to point out how long games go looking terrible ahead of release, and things don't really come together until last minute. Here's Destiny. Oh, yes, for example, in the alpha. Now, seeing posts hating on the supposed Redfall pre-alpha screenshots leak, this is disappointing because games often look rough for a long time. A reminder that this is what Destiny looked like in the same state. This is publicly available footage. That looks terrible. Okay? That was Destiny. Doesn't look nothing like that now. Again, this is an absurd criticism that has no bearing in reality. I think Halo Infinite did warrant a lot of bad graphics criticism it got last year, but that was a public demo of the game that was supposed to be out in a few months. These are months. Old leaked screenshots of a game not coming out until sometime next year. Apples and oranges, and this is absurd. Okay? So, I just want to say that for the fan wars, yes, it has hit a terrible low. Like, everybody's reaching. When it comes to this, you know, and I agree. The one guy says, hey, Xbox people are not complaining. They're worried about the Xbox. I'm not going to lie. That ain't me. I'm hating on Sony just to hate. Even though I say they got great games, you know, that like all those titles, it's not just the Marvel games. Okay, they got a lot of other great games that's coming. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But Sony will always be my second place love. Okay, my second place. Actually, I'm lying. You're going to be third place because Switch comes before that. And you know what? You might be fourth because I might throw PC above you. Okay, but don't feel left out, Sony. You're still good. You still got great games. Don't pay attention to nothing that I say. Okay?